Good morning, everyone. I'm Jeni Ji. Thanks for tuning in. Now, make sure you subscribe to my channel by hitting that little subscribe button down there in order to get content weekly. So, before I begin this week's cosmic events, what's happening every day, how we can utilize through this energy, how many of you are going to be joining me live right here on YouTube? I'm going to be doing some free clairvoyant readings and giving you my insights into what messages your angels have specifically for you. Now, set your dials and your clocks to Friday, January 31st at 12 noon Mountain Standard Time, 2 p.m. Eastern, or 11 a.m. Pacific, and ask me a question. And you never know what messages are going to be coming through from your angels for you. Or you can book a private reading, soulworkwithjeni.com. So that's what I'm saying. Subscribe to my channel if you want to get content and notifications and so on. Follow me on Instagram, Jeni Ji Cousins. I'm all over the place. I'll follow you right back. All right, now, this week's cosmic vibes. We are entering into the new moon in Aquarius. We also have the year of the wood snake. Now, I give out a lot of details for the year prediction of 2025. I had done a video separately for that, and some of my predictions have already happened. So that video went out in December of last year. So if you want to get full details and so on, make sure you watch that video because you'll have an idea of what to expect, how to utilize and work through the year right now. Because we are in a universal 9 year, which is completion. You are especially going to find this week that you're going to be completing old karmic cycles out. So as we clear karmic cycles, there's endings. So you could be feeling, especially with this Aquarius new moon, which is coming here on the 29th, a little bit more emotional, right? Aquarius has that watery energy. So you might be a little bit more teary-eyed as you're reflecting back and so on. This is a huge time of transformation for you. So make sure that you really set some intentions of what you want to manifest, what you want to work through, what you want to start. And you're going to also see that you're going to be walking your truth more in alignment within your soul's purpose, more in alignment with, healing certain family dynamics and healing family situations. We all have issues and karmic situations we have to resolve and clear and so on. But this new moon energy is going to really help you out with that because with the year of the snake, it's also on the 29th. So you're going to be seeing that you're going to be more compassionate towards yourself and others. You're going to have more of a better understanding of, wow, now I understand. Now I get that. Like now I understand why things are the way they are. You're going to be more in understanding with your partners. Partners can be business. Partners can be, your significant other, your spouse, your husband, whoever it is. You could be more compassionate and understanding with your friends. Like things are really opening up because we are seeing huge transformations in our world. And, as I mentioned in my predictions videos, from chaos to peace, we're starting off very chaotic. We are already seeing what's happening and what is going on. So, we all process and deal with things in our own way. And you're going to find that you're going to be sharing more of what's on your mind. Like what's really on your mind. There's people that, of course, they hold back. I'm too scared to talk to this person or to make that call or to share this with, my friend or my partner or my job, like whoever it is. However, as I always say, the more you suppress that, things can come out boom when you're least expecting it. And you're like, oh my gosh, I really wish there would have said that then, and now. right? Our life is a journey that we go through. Like we all have to make those not so good or uncomfortable phone calls or messages or talk to our person about this, and that. Like, oh my God, right? Like we all have to go through that always. And because you're clearing a lot of karmic situations, you are going to find that if you work with the energy of this new moon, the moon will work with you. So if you're an Aquarius, let's say, you're going to find that you might be like, you know what? I'm going to charge forward. I'm really going to be embracing and making some bold changes. I'm ready. I'm working with that new energy of the new moon. New moons, new beginnings, new beginnings. So when we have new beginnings, we have to shut old doors. If you're like looking for a job, well, we have to leave our job to start a new job or create a new business or whatever it is you want to do. If you're Gemini and Libra, you're going to be feeling more energized. Like, you know what? I got more energized. I just got really energized. And I'm a lot more optimistic. When we're like spirit, I'm open to new opportunities. I am there. I am ready. What is best for my higher self and highest good, my highest calling. That's very important. You add that on. We can get opportunities at any given time, but it doesn't mean it's right for us. Like I got offered something that I always get offers, which I'm so grateful for. I just got a new offer and I'm like, oh my gosh, wow. Like I didn't sign up for that. Like I didn't put my name. Yeah, but Jenny, we saw your name on the list. No, I didn't put, I know. But I'm like, oh my God, like it actually brought tears to my eyes because I'm not going to get a little emotional here, but I did kind of feel that pull and calling. So I'm not going to go on about it. It's very emotional, but I'm just like, all I said to the president was, wow, thank you. Like, wow. Like, so anyways, I'm not going to go on about it. I said, who knows what will come? But I said, it's really interesting because I did feel that pull, like really strongly to do this, to get more involved. But anyways, I'm off topic here. You know how I like to like chatter, right? So now let's get back to the new moon. So if you're like Leo, Taurus, Scorpio energy, you're going to find that you're going to have more like personal breakthroughs with things. If you have been struggling, let's say, with situations, you're going to be finding like, you know what, now I'm breaking through barriers. Now I'm really like seeing a difference. Now I'm really seeing that these challenges that I've been going through and having, I'm seeing more revelations coming through. I'm seeing more breakthroughs like, wow, is this a miracle? Is this? Like how wonderful is that? If you're like more of a Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo energy, you're going to be like more in alignment with your goals, with your destiny. You could be seeing like, wow, I can really see like this is truly my destiny now. Like with what I was working on, I'm really starting to see that. I understand why I'm walking this path right now. I'm seeing like all of these things really coming together, my goals and everything. Like how amazing is that? There's always the good and not so good things that happen, of course. Like I always look at the good things. So whenever the not so good things happen to us, I'm like, okay, let me just pause right there. Like let me not go into fear and panic and anxiety and stress. Believe me, I swear to the universe every day I do, honestly. But I'm like, okay, well, thank you. I get it. No, I don't mean to. Now I get it. Now I understand. Thank you. Right, of course. So it's like those not so good things that happen to us. What did you learn from it? What is it teaching you and showing you, right? So this new moon energy, that's what I'm saying. When you utilize that energy, it will work with you. Don't push, don't force. Because this year of the snake, what's snake energy? Snake's all about transformation and rebirth, shedding its skin, healing, snakes healing. Some of you might even had, certain dreams with snakes in it. I mean, I can tell you what your dreams represented and such, right? However, snakes can be very deceitful as well. So you're going to start seeing, deceitful people, deceitful organizations, deceitful, groups. Maybe you're seeing more deceit in friendships, partnerships, like no matter who it is. Really pay attention because that energy is coming out full force. So it's like when you're seeing things like, oh my God, like I thought that was my friend, or how could my partner do that to me? Or how could this, whatever it is. I'm not going to go into a lot of examples because there's so many. You will know personally what it represents for you. You're going to find that this transformation that you have been going through, transformation isn't just boom, just done like that. If you look back onto where you were, let's say in June last year compared to where you are today, there's a big difference. Look at where you were and look at where you are now. Transformation takes time, like shedding the old skin, shedding the old. And you're going to see that situations and people with especially more family ties, that's kind of getting more closer to you. Like certain things happen. Let's say, for instance, if there's like a death in the family, that can bring you closer together or that can tear you apart, right? So friends, I mean, for me, my friends, I have soul tribes, and for me, they're like my family, like my real family, my soul tribe and such like that. So events can really shake things up. You're shedding old layers, you're shedding the old, and you're embracing with this universal nine year of completing cycles, completing, karmic cycles. So even as we get like the 30th to the 31st of January this week, you're going to find like Taurus, there's going to be more growth. There's going to be like more security. You're going to be like reevaluating, could be your financial situation. You're going to be like, you know what? I'm going to be letting certain things go. I'm not so stuck on this. Maybe some of you, Taurus energies have been moving, like moving into a new environment, moving into a new place, buying a home, selling a home, all of that connected. There's going to be a lot of real growth there, because I mean, I always give things away to homeless shelters, donations. I've been actually, I always have done that for many, many, many years and gave away tons of stuff recently here in especially January, drop things off, giving things away and so on, right? But it's like letting go of the old, bringing into the new. And some of the things I gave away were still brand new. I don't look at that. Even the other day, my friend came over and helped me put my patio set together, and I gave him something. He's like, oh my God, Jen, I should pay for that. I'm like, no, I'm just really grateful for you helping me put this patio set together. I had none of the right tools and I thought it was assembled. Oh my gosh. Right. That's why I paid somebody to pick up, like with a truck, to go pick it up for me. Cause I'm like, that's not going to fit in my car. Right. And then they brought it back and it was like not put together. And I'm like, what? But the picture showed me it was put together. So anyways, my friend Tony, who I've known for over 30 years, came over and helped me put it together. And it only took him 5 minutes. But he's like, Jenny, no, don't worry. And I'm like, no, but I'm very grateful. I'm just so thankful. I would not have figured that out. I had none of the right tools and I would not have any idea what. So I'm very grateful. No, take it. Really, I don't need it. Like here, really. I don't think anything of it. Like when I give somebody something, I'm not expecting things back. It's just who I am. Right. And I said, but like, could you use that? And he goes, actually, yeah, I could there. Well, there you go. Right. So, Leo, for instance, on the 30th, 31st, you're going to be more creative. So if you've been feeling stuck, this is for Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries, by the way, you're going to be really embracing even, better changes. So if you've been feeling really stuck creatively, like, I want to change or redecorate my home. I want to, create a business. I want to, like, whatever it is, right? Very more creative, very, very, very more creative, right? So utilize these energies. Scorpio, you're going to find more liberation. And letting go of control. I always say to everybody, don't try to control and force anything. Like work towards your goals, all of that. Continue to do that absolutely 100%. However, let go of the control. Let go of controlling the outcome. Let go of controlling other people. Let go of controlling things because the only thing you have any control over is yourself, nobody else. Why would you want to control somebody? Right. But, it's like sometimes we like to control the way certain things go as well. Like I like to be like, God, like I want to take control of this. However, it's only you that you can control with how you deal with things, how you work through things. Right. So Aquarius, you're going to find more freedom on the 31st, more freedom. You're going to be like, oh, yay, I'm feeling more freedom. Maybe something ended, right? Endings with the new moon. You're going to be, wow, I'm feeling more freedom coming here. And if you're Virgo Capricorn, you're going to be really working on your routines. So if you set yourself goals, let's say if it's health goals, diet goals, business goals, like personal goals, whatever it is, you're going to see that could be the day where you're like, you know what, I'm going full force. I'm really working towards my goal that day. So Gemini, Aquarius, Libra, embracing changes with open arms. So whatever's coming, whatever you're seeing, embrace it with open arms. That's why I'm like, Spirit, I'm surrendering this to you, what's best for my higher self and highest purposes. I'm always saying, because it works, believe me. If I'm looking for a new opportunity, I always say, Spirit, I am open to new opportunities that are best for my highest self and highest purpose. Again, there's those key words. It's the energy and the frequency. And then all of a sudden I get new opportunities, as I mentioned, literally all the time, all the time. And yeah, I have said no to some opportunities and I'm like, and some others, I'm like, wow, yeah, that's awesome. I'm really open for that. Wow, thank you. So you have to go on what feels right for you. So as we move in and starting things off with the 25th, 26th, we're in that Venus energy. So Venus energy is really going to help calm things down and open your heart. We also have 5 planets in alignment. That day, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Mercury, and that brings huge transformation. So this is going to kick off your week. So this could be a beautiful week for you guys. Hence how you utilize for it. This is a huge week to manifest. Be careful what you're wanting. Be careful what you want to manifest. Write it down. Just write it down. You don't have to worry about all the details or everything. However, the key to manifesting is to be very specific with what you are wanting. Be very detailed. I don't know. Write it down. And then as you're like, you know what, I want this, I want to add on this. Be very specific. Don't worry about how. That's irrelevant. Believe me. Believe me, I manifest things all the time. And I'm like, wow. So it's really important to utilize this energy. You're going to see more clarity. You're going to be like, oh, I get it. You're going to also see more truth in situations, truth with other people. And it could be like, wow, I can't believe that. Or it could be, thank you for being honest with me. Thank you for sharing. Be very open to what's coming. Be very open to what you're hearing. Be very optimistic because you're going to be feeling, I'm just feeling that change somehow. That's with all of these planets in alignment combined with the year of the wood snake and the new moon. It's a powerful week. It's a huge, powerful week. Expect the unexpected in a really good way. Be open to beautiful changes. So the 27th and 28th, you might be like feeling like a lot more inspired, especially. You're feeling more creative, you're pursuing, you're going after your goals, your communication is really gonna flow. I always say that if you have like an important meeting or if you're doing a talk or if you are like in an interview or if you want to share something and from your heart, something really important where you're talking, wear the color blue. Blue is the throat chakra. I also have an aqua aura. I'm not wearing, no, I don't have it on today. Aqua aura crystal. It's blue. It's very beautiful. I have one that was gifted to me a few years ago and I had my television show by Yvonne. Yvonne, from the New Age crystal bookstores. And I love it. It's beautiful. I ended up turning it into a necklace. I love it. It's one of my favorite necklaces, and that also helps you be more creative as well. But if you're looking to talk, what are you doing? It's connected with your throat chakra. So that's why blue is the color of the throat chakra. So when you're doing and making things that are important to you that you're communicating, wear blue. Wear blue. There's energies and vibrations for that. So you're going to see certain goals coming together. You very well could find that is the day where you're networking, where you're really focused on your business. Maybe that's a day where you have really important meetings going on. Meetings can be with anybody, right? You could be having a meeting with your doctor. You could be having, like whatever it is, right? Just really speak with your heart, because that could be a day where even family situations are going to communicate a lot more. Maybe there's something where, the doctor calls the family in towards a loved one, about a loved one who's not doing well, let's say. So, as I have said always, when you're feeling something's off with someone, I had 3 of my dear friends pass away in 1 week in December, just recently, this December 2024, in 1 week. And life's fragile, as I always mentioned. And anytime when I see any of my friends, I'm like, we have to take a selfie. We have to take a selfie, because you truly don't know if that's the last time you've seen that person. So just please keep your heart open and never judge anybody. We have to show more love. So you might even find like the 27th, 28th, Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra, bringing a lot more social exchanges, breakthroughs, and partnerships as well that day. So, certain situations that were stuck with communicating, with misunderstandings, that very well could be a day for you to really share from your heart. And you could, and share what's on your mind. Maybe you're getting invitations, maybe you're meeting friends that day, maybe you're meeting business partners that day. New beginnings, right? Leo, Taurus, Scorpio on the 27th, 28th, communication more directly, communicate and be more boldly. Risks I'm taking, I'm hearing, resolving situations, and avoiding certain negative situations. Whenever there's negative situations, we do have to deal with things and resolve things, yes. However, when there's drama and negative situations, it's like, do you really want to get involved with that? Because for every action, what's going to happen? There's going to be a reaction. So just be more in awareness, because the communication that day could be very chatty socially, but it depends how you're communicating, right? There's certain people where it's like, Jeni, I just can't get through to that person. It doesn't matter. Like they're not getting it with how much they're hurting me and how they're treating me. Okay. You need to step back. This is self-love and self-care. Why are you with that person? Why are you allowing that person to treat you like shit? Bottom line, to be blunt. Why are you allowing that? Yeah, but that's my person. Really? Is that the type of relationship you want? Open your heart. Let them know how you're feeling. Have that talk. Put the cards on the table. Really look at that. And look back to July and September 2023. You might even find this week that there's similar themes happening now that happened back then, if you can remember. So this is your opportunity to resolve those situations from July to September 2023 that you didn't resolve. This is important to resolve these issues right now before March. Really utilize this energy. It's like, you know what? Yeah, I know that was ongoing, but I didn't know how to deal with it, or I ran away from it. Can't run from anything. It follows you. It follows you. It doesn't matter where you go. We go on a vacation and relax and unwind and all of those things. But when you're coming back, you still have to deal with stuff that you ran away from. So it's really important to deal with these things right now and resolve it, to clear up last year's stuff so we can move into this year new, right? So this is a very powerful week for you all. Like, this really utilize this energy every single day to the fullest. So, like for this year, I might even do a year prediction for all the zodiac signs for what I'm seeing for 2025. So if that's something you're interested in, like let me know. Like let me know what you guys are interested in. I've been thinking about it. It's the timing thing, right? So anyways, I'm going to pull a couple of cards to see what the spirit world has to say for you. So, when somebody books a reading with me, I do not use cards at all because I'm clairvoyant, psychic medium. I never know what energy's coming through. I never know what messages are coming through for you. I'm also an animal communicator. I, read your animals that are present and also who have passed on. I do akashic records, past life, and so on and so on and so on. So that's just between you and me personally, one-on-one. Right now, I'm reading collectively the energy. So this is why when I pull cards here, not all of you are going to resonate with it. However, if you do, that is specifically more so for you. So keep that in mind, you guys, right? So I'm going to pull a couple of cards. Now, make sure you clear your decks and your cards before utilizing them. I always do before I start. And the deck I'm going to be using, I get pulled. I'm like, Spirit, what decks do I use? And then I gravitate towards which one I hear. So one of the decks I'm using is Whispers of Lord Ganesha by Angela Hartfeld. Oh, there we go. So now, what is the message from the spirit world from the 25th to the 31st of January? Like, we're already ending January. Look how fast this month is gone, right? So what is the message here? What is the message for the 25th to the 31st? 21st or 25th to the 31st? 25th, too many cards fell. Oh, wow. But actually, this one here, I'm feeling pulled, just really pulled to this one here. Now, this card here is a 5, which represents changes, by the way. How many of you have been seeing 555, right? We get messages from our angels in many, many, many different ways, right? Like I was making an important decision the other day about something very life-changing, another opportunity. That's something I always wanted. But as I was processing it, I heard my dog Bella, who had passed on, barking. And I'm like, oh my God, that was her giving me a sign to try to stall that, to not do it, because there's other reasons why. So I look for signs, and how extraordinary, I heard her barking in my living room, and I was in my bedroom processing and thinking about this huge opportunity that was offered to me at the end of this year. Wow. That really could have saved my life, but I'm not going to go on about that. Great. So now this card here is called energetic movement. Whenever we are feeling stuck, whenever we're feeling stressed, it's really important to move your body. I work all day and I'm sitting down. I get that. Yeah, I get that. However, when you start moving your body around, you could go for a walk, you could do a workout, whatever it is. You start, moving that energy around. It's like if you have something in a cup, nothing's going to mix. If you want that mixed up and blended, you're going to shake that up, right? Shake up. It's like a recipe, putting things in, and then you mix it, you shake it up so everything gets blended properly, right? But when you move your body around, it's going to let stress go, because certain areas that your energy was stuck, when you move your body, it gets unstuck. So when you're working out, it helps you see more clarity. How many of you, of course, when you worked out, you're like, oh my God, I'm so tired. Well, of course you are. Your body thanks you. Or like, wow, I can see more clarity when I'm doing my run now, or my workout, or my walk, or whatever it is. Yes, that's what happens. So this is a really good, week to really move your body around as well, especially as you're going through this transformation with the new moon energy. We're entering into the wood snake, all of these things, right? So now let's have a little chat. Let's have a little chat with the animals, shall we? So I have a few animal decks. Um, but where is it here? But I felt drawn again. Where did we go? Right here. To use Power Animal Oracle cards by Stephen Farmer. Always messages from animals, you guys. What is the message from our animal kingdom? 24th to the 31st. 24th to the 31st. Message from our animal kingdom. It's a message. Message. The raccoon. Raccoon resourcefulness. You have all the resources you need. Absolutely. Tap into it. Tap into it. Tap into your connections. Tap in and network. You know how I'm saying, this is a week where you really could network, where you really could be communicating a lot more, especially on the 27th and 28th of January, where, communications with, networking with businesses and so on. Maybe that's the day you have your job interview, or you send your resume, or you're having a meeting, all of that kind of thing. Use your resources, right? Like, I have a lot of different connections and so on of all walks of life, and if I needed help, let's say, in something more specific, then I would reach out to that person who has that experience and knowledge and wisdom to help me, let's say, in that certain situation, right? So I do, there's nothing wrong with asking for help, for God's sakes. Listen to your heart. Don't listen to your ego. Yeah, but I have pride. I have ego. Come on, seriously, really, utilize that in a positive way, not in a bad. Okay, so as we're clearing karmic situations, you guys, we're still clearing karmic relationships, karmic situations, and so on. So some of you could have recently, even last week, have had somebody from your past reach out, let's say, to you, or somebody you haven't heard from for a while and wanting to resolve issues from your heart, or you're like, ooh, So it's all different for us. So I'm going to use past life cards here by Doreen Virtue, Brian Weiss. Situations that you run from, it's important to resolve that and clear, because if you don't, it's going to sneak up on you during one of these, cosmic times, new moon, full moon, retrogrades, God, and then you're like, oh, why didn't I resolve that? It's more painful when you avoid it, when you run from it. Believe me, like I had to go through something myself, like make that call. I had to make a call that I was hyperventilating about. I think I talked about that last video. I don't remember, but oh my God. I'm like, just face it. You have no choice. You left it for the last minute, Jeni. I know, I don't want to, but I'm like, do it. Just do it. Get it over with. And I did. And I'm like, that's it? Really? Like 5 minutes. And I'm like, oh my God. Yeah, I was freaking out. I'm like, I can't avoid it, right? It's like surgery. I had to book my surgery. I had to book my surgery finally in March. Hopefully that's the last of it. I don't know. I don't know. Surrender. Anyways, another subject. So March 24th to the 31st, what's the message here from the spirit world? 24th to the 31st of June. 24th to the 31st of January. Message. Alrighty then. All right. So now this is kind of interesting because you know how I said this is business and networking and resolving issues. This here is our authority figures. So, when I talked about, business and networking, maybe some of you, are going through some legal situations that are going to be resolved. Maybe some of you are going through like a divorce, or there's going to be a final official decision made. You know, as I mentioned, the 27th, 28th, right? This is like a judge, right? You know, court order, right? Like, you know, making decisions, final decisions. So this is why it's really important to resolve situations. If some of you have avoided certain situations, it can sneak up on you. You know, maybe certain situations that you've been waiting to hear. Maybe you're finalizing a divorce, you know, like whatever it is, right? Maybe you're signing a contract, maybe, you know, like things like this. This is like legal connected, right? The judge energy. Maybe some of you are like, you know, I'm writing my bar exam that day. Maybe some of you are thinking about, you know, I want to get, you know, I'm getting told to go back to school, you know, to be a lawyer, let's say, maybe, you know, whatever. I could go on and on and on and on, right? But this is a week where final decisions are going to make and going to happen. The new moon energy brings endings to new beginnings. Wood snake, it's a new year. This is why it's really important to resolve these issues and not avoid it. Maybe things can really move forward and shift forward in a legal matter in a situation you've been waiting for closure for or the verdict or whatever. So pay attention to this. Really pay attention, you guys. Like, wow, talk about these cards. So I'm not going to pull anymore. I have other decks here, but I'm not going to go on and on and on about it. So now, please like my video because it really helps me. You know, make some comments, let me know what's going on. And for goodness sake, subscribe to my channel. You know, you can share my video. Follow me on, you know, Instagram, Jeni Ji Cousins. I'm all over. And make sure you tune in on the 31st of January on Friday. If you would like a message from your angels with my insights into what I'm seeing coming up for you, it's live right here on YouTube. And the only way you're going to have that opportunity, subscribe to my channel for goodness sakes and tune in. So namaste, everyone. Wishing you an amazing week. Let's transform and utilize this.